Hello, everybody. My name's Nasty Moves, and we are back for some more roller derby. The fourth game. I'm joined by the lovely Dr. Disaster. How
Thank
you doing?
Very much. Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
You're doing really good. Yeah, everyone heard your voice already. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my turn. We have the two teams. Do you want to tell me who will be skating for one of the teams, at least at the moment?
Absolutely.
We got two teams. Want to tell me about?
Well, so Dublin, who we've seen already today a little bit earlier, we have 1-0-1 Powell, 1-1 Bambi Daredevil. The roster is walking away from me. There we go.
Sorry.
Now it's on my screen.
There we go.
All good.
Forgive me. Go ahead.
No worries. 1-6 Gemerald, 1-6-7. Oh, there we go. So ignore 1-6 Gemerald on your screen. 1-6-7 Beast.
31 Mad, 39 K, 394 C, 537 L'Enroule, 6666 M&M, 89 Pulp, 91 Loca Nurse, and last but not least 934 we have Tinker.
Brilliant. And, well, we're less than 30 seconds to Derby at this point. This is the final. Yeah, this is the final game of the day, but certainly not the final game of the weekend. We have 2 wonderful days of Derby.
Yeah, 2 wonderful days. The 6th edition. I've been here for, I believe, 4 of them.
My goodness.
I have a T-shirt that doesn't fit anymore that tells you how many times I've been here. But how about we get started, as we can see now on your screen, and tell me more about it.
Well, Jam 1 is on. And at the moment, we have Snowy jamming against Ninon. And, well, we've seen quite a lot of jamming from both of these players today. And you know, they're both incredibly competent, which...
I love watching both of those.
Right.
Ninon is a favorite of the team, actually. Like, there's like fangirling within the team, or fan-personing, or fanning.
Fanning.
Lots of fanning.
Yes, well, there's lots of fanning in Derby. It's a hot sport.
Here we go. We're looking to see who's going to pick up the lead, though, and we actually had time to talk to you while the wallage is very good.
There we go. We jinxed it.
You did, in a good way, though.
Absolutely.
That's Snowy, number 83, getting through the pack.
Good for Dublin. And, well, this is Dublin's second game of the day. And it was a bit of a tough one previously against Helsinki. But, you know, we really got to see how Dublin approaches the game and just how sturdy their defenses can be.
And their difference, their point difference also wasn't very big, so that was actually a good game. The tightest game so far, but we have no idea now. We've got Dublin and Namur, and that's going to be very different. Dublin is being told to just keep it going, and I guess that's a good call. Yeah,
indeed. Well, you know, Snowy seems quite in control of the situation here, and so hence that. Oh, there we go. Well, again, we jinx it all because Snowy has just called
it's just magic.
Yeah, well, that's...
It's soft magic, if you want to be really nerdy about it.
There we go. Well, that's what we were saying earlier. We were saying we have this magical ability to make the game go in the opposite way to our announcing.
I kind of like the way you said that. That's fantastic. Dublin could use a win. Namur's had 2 wins already in this tournament. Always very strong, not because they're the host, but because they know what they're doing. Then again, I also like this tournament because we get to see teams from very far away coming. I mean, Zürich as well, that's not next door, and that's really nice to have them as well.
Yeah, indeed. It's quite a nice one for that. I think I realized 5 countries we have represented.
And we have a lot of countries in our announcing crew too as well, but we'll keep that for a little bit later and get back to the track.
Yeah. And take a look at that. So that is Bambi Daredevil jamming for Dublin.
Yeah, and Gillis killing it at number 27. Seen a lot of good things from them too as well.
Absolutely. They're in very heavy rotation as a jammer for this Namur team. And again, we're seeing really beautiful recycling happening.
Recycling.
So
couldn't leave that one alone.
Heavy metal recycling. But there's been a lot of that all day. These are players who really know how the game works.
True. Yeah. So that means that the walls are tight. So we're always looking at jammers. That's what everyone does. But at the same time, you got to get through.
Yeah, and take a look at that. So far in 2 jams, it is 1 lead each. So this is Gillis taking the lead for Namur, hoping to pick up some points. I mean, in 2 jams, it's a very equal game already. We're 4-3.
And it's going to take like 3, 4, 5 jams to get into it. But we could use maybe a tighter game. We've had like big stretches, and this is going to be different. I can feel it, but we don't know. We say that, and it could be completely different. We have no idea.
I mean, anything can happen. That is the joy of the sport.
You can only say that 3 times. You've said it once already, so you're good. I can tell you stories about Gemerald, but unfortunately they're not on the track, so I'm going to save that for another time. We will be seeing some of these people play also for Team Ireland. I believe you talked about that earlier today.
You know, I only spoke about it to the audience here, so we can also take a look at that list of players on Dublin today who are also on the Team Ireland training squad. And that is Argy Bargy, Diamond Weapon, Nasher, Greenhawk Cooney, who is on our manifest, but who is not playing at the moment.
That's true.
Gemerald, A. Lowcock, Malice and Chains, Pippa, and Powell.
Yeah.
So it's a third.
I'm looking forward to watching them play too as well. I'm also Team Belgium will be talking more about tomorrow because our wonderful colleague Toxic Lady knows everything there is to know about Namur and Belgium and Team Belgium, both of them. Let's have a good look. We've got Namur with 6 and Dublin with 4. That's a pretty tight game.
Yeah, and that was a nice no-point jam for Dublin, so nice from Namur's perspective, obviously. And Namur has really been playing that game today where they are freezing out their opponents.
Yeah, that's true too. They look like they're not dangerous, but they are. And I love watching them play, playing against them. It's completely worth it. So let's get back on track. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, we have a forearm penalty being assessed against a Namur blocker, which is also allowing Dublin to take the lead, and then Namur pulls a star pass.
Yeah, because you didn't have enough time to say it all, and that's what happens. Yeah, that's wonderful. We're coming in for a star pass for points, something we don't see too often. Oh, someone ordered takeout on the side there. No,
and
don't tell the refs what to do. They're not going to do it for you.
But the refs agree.
Look at this.
Yeah. In that instance,
not good.
Dublin 8 holds up the arms and goes, hey, come on, that was a cut.
Chanceletta, yeah.
Yeah, and the refs did agree in that instance, sending the Namur blocker to the box.
That's good news for Powell, though, number 101, doing, and L'Enroule is going to have to sit it out for a bit.
Yeah.
Personal shout out to L'Enroule, who helped us get a lot of the information together for this weekend. So not only were they skating, they're also making sure we know what we're talking about.
Okay, we're about to have a jammer swap here because 101 Powell has also been sent to the penalty box, this time for a forearm. And so that gives us a nice jammer swap. L'Enroule is back on track. And this also means Powell will sit for a slightly shorter penalty because L'Enroule was not in the box for the full 30 seconds. So it's a heck of a jam.
Yep.
And of course, it'll be 2 minutes.
Oh, there's a lot more whistling going on. 2 point. Namur's out in front for the moment, too, so that's a lead change.
Yeah,
as we like to call those.
Yeah.
2 point difference. It's going to be a tight game.
It will. There we go. And Powell has finished that penalty. This is a very penalty-prone jam.
Yeah, and that's not good. That's not good for anyone. We can hear it too. Let's have a good look. Out in the front, you can see here on your screen the pivot, white pivot, trying to get the action in there. And by the time you've got something figured out, it's already been called off.
Yeah,
that's tough work.
Take a look at that. So that is now 12 points in that jam for Dublin and 8 points for Namur. So we have a lead change. Yeah, which we should also ration those if only the players would play ball.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ball? No, we don't play ball.
No,
here.
No balls. No, that's his jammer. The jammer is the
ball.
ball.
I don't know. There's a basketball thing in the, if you want to. But if you start throwing stuff, we have a timeout, and it's an official one.
There we go. Which we like.
Which we like. So we can tell you about what's going to be happening tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, by the way, day 2 of this tournament will be starting off at 10 o'clock with Helsinki against Zurich, which is going to hit hard.
It's going to be an intense game.
That's going to be a fun one. We don't know yet who's going to be announcing for you, but I promise we will be fresh and fruity, as the Dutch usually put it. 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock. And then later, the second game, we have Dublin and Zurich as well. So Zurich tomorrow is playing 2 games in a row.
I thought goodness.
That's a big deal. There's no one else doing that.
No.
Later on, we'll have Namur Helsinki, some awards, and we finish off with Namur's C team playing Lille's Baroness von Schloss.
Yes.
So in any case, there's a whole day of derby for you tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And well, another phrase that should be rationed is high-level derby, because that is what we're seeing this weekend.
It should be always high-level derby.
You would think.
You would think. Even when we've announced juniors together, and we have a different view on it. We don't know the players that much, and then when you see it, you're just like, oh wow, I can't believe they actually did that. you know.
Indeed. No, absolutely. I'm thinking more along the lines of sometimes you see a lovely new team who are just finding their feet in derby.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And it's a very different kettle of fish.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because these games today have been so organized. I know it doesn't always look organized, but
that's
it's
absolutely
organized.
True. Yeah.
It's practical. Again, not the most exciting sporting words, but
yeah. And Namur with 3 teams. There's Helsinki that actually has 3 teams that we know of. There's more teams actually, but a lot of these leagues have been around for a long time. We'll probably talk to you a bit more about that.
Absolutely.
But we have tons of information for you, but then we need to see some roller derby, which we have now.
Exactly.
So tell me about it.
My goodness. So the penalties are starting very fast. We have a direction, so someone's been a little bit too steady, and another penalty in there as well. So that is 2 Dublin blockers heading off. Yeah, and yes.
That's a power jam for Dublin.
Yeah, indeed.
Malice and Chains, it has can do it too. It has a chance of just getting in there. Oh, is getting the business end of a pivot. Slowing them down, but not enough to really make a difference, because 4 points it is.
Well, and take a look at that. L'Enroule is back on track, getting bumped out, hopping gamely back in, dropping the star cover. So it's all happening.
That's a lot of action for 2 of us.
Yes, there we go. But it worked.
And it's because the teams are kind of evenly matched for the moment. Dublin is running away with it, but 6-point difference is not enough to make that difference for the moment. And look at these walls in front of us. I mean,
it is amazing.
They're standing close to standing still, derby-wise.
Well, which is why we're seeing a lot of direction penalties.
Exactly.
They're doing too well.
That's what I set you up for, and you found it. That's
I took it. Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing we saw in the previous game is Dublin seems to have really amazing stamina. So, the way they came back from a very massive lead by Helsinki in the second half,
they
saw
picked
Dublin
it up.
Really pick it up.
They did, because the scores didn't read it, but it was like almost half of. Half of, and they came back up, and again they have. So they're gonna be great to watch tomorrow against Zurich. So it's gonna be something else.
Yeah, and I think the question here is Namur going to have the stamina to stick with what Dublin is giving?
That's a big question. Yeah. You're absolutely right. It's going to be an absolute blast to watch.
Absolutely.
For now, we've got number 83 on the white side of things, and that's going to be Snowy.
Absolutely. So Snowy taking an early lead. This is certainly not Snowy's first lead
no, not
of
at
this
all.
game.
No, they had another one.
Yep, no, they've had...
2?
2, yeah.
Okay,
this is their
counting
second
that.
lead.
Thank you very much for that information. We're noting it by hand. We're making everything by hand here, and it's working out great. We have a great crew here helping us this weekend. Yeah, 2 more points there on the board in that last bit there for Dublin. And I'm having a look at the hands in the air, if any, on the side of Namur.
I don't see a hand up in there. There we go.
There we go.
After a little bit of deliberation, that is 0.
Yeah. So 4-point difference, man, it's tight game.
We're seeing some really great officiating today as well. That hand doesn't go in the air until the referee
everything knows. Yeah. Oh, we've got people that know exactly what they're doing here.
Absolutely.
Very cool, calm. They've been great help.
Absolutely.
And they're keeping everyone safe and happy and all that kind of stuff.
And that is number 11, Bambi Daredevil, who has already gotten lead for Dublin in this 6th jam of the period.
Yeah, stuck behind some traffic. The traffic just as bad as it is in Brussels. I mentioned that today, but
I heard you do that joke in French.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm being caught out. That's wonderful. Star Stash not quite working out there. Yeah, when you got a shiny helmet like that, people are going to recognize you. But I love that shiny helmet.
It's a great helmet.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm over here.
Yeah.
But this is great blocking.
Yeah, I mean, again, beautiful recycling, right? But I mean, look at that, 1957 from Namur, just kicking Dublin's jammer off the track.
Yeah, that's Bat Smash. Bat Smash is always a pleasure to watch. I've been watching them for a long time. These people don't get old.
No. Oh, look at that. That is a star pass.
Beautiful. Speaking of Bat Smash, that's how it's done.
Bat Smash is now our jammer.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And then being able to score points too with a star pass, because usually star pass is a lot of work and not much result. But let's have a good look at that together. Still, Bambi Daredevil has some work to do there in the back. I've lost sight of them. They're there somewhere.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, in a no-pack scenario. There we go. So Bambi, we'll see if any points arrive from that effort.
Yeah, we saw the no pack about to be called, but then we have to sit on it a little bit.
Yeah,
I
take
see
a look
some.
at that.
Oh, are we looking at numbers? Oh, we're looking at that.
This looks good.
This looks pretty good.
This looks very nice. Oh, but there we go. Well, I thought I saw some points go up, but no.
No, I think no. We're
hold
still.
on. Yeah, no, there they are.
Yeah, there. The 3 points were been added. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. So.
But yeah, so Dublin just narrowly ahead of Namur.
So we picked a really good game to be announcing on the 4th game. I'm really happy for everyone staying here watching us and putting up with everything going on. We had a little bit of problem too at the start, but we're all good now. That's Ninon.
Ooh, and you know
number
that is
12.
101. The jammer for Dublin has gone to the box.
That sounds like a power jam.
Absolutely.
Or like we say in the power jam.
Yes, we do indeed.
It's good to roll your R's a little bit. It makes it fancier.
I mean, it sounds great when you're doing venue announcing for sure. The power jam.
Ninon is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
There's no other word for it.
Yeah, look at that.
They're a jammer's jammer. They really are, absolutely.
Yeah, look at the style, look at the posture.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
for years now I've been watching. And also just like makes it look easy.
But look at this. I mean, again, Powell coming back on the track.
Going through that wall, just making mincemeat of that wall.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, that was tight too. Yeah, you can't hold them back. Like you can't physically hold them back anyways.
Exactly.
But look at this. They're coming in again.
Yeah, they're into that wall with the shoulder.
Yeah,
just
with the
sliding
angle.
Through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great work.
Oh, that was beautiful to watch too.
Yeah, both of these teams. Now, would you call that a lead
roller
change?
derby? Nah, I wasn't going to do it again. You've extended
I've made you
that.
cautious.
Illy Pilly there on your screen very quickly. Someone who also helped set up the stream. There's people here that can do 5 different jobs. It's quite amazing how
it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Which we should actually mention. I wanted to say we have not just a wonderful streaming team. They are fantastic with Doppler here. During the ads at halftime, you'll see a link to the YouTube channel that you can subscribe to and support, which is Derby Livestream. But speaking of people who do lots of different jobs, I was informed by the tournament head and SO that our GTO, who really does communication to the teams from the organization, the GTO stepped in on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a whole story here.
Yeah, was previously rostered to be an NSO and a player.
Stepped up and became GTO to help out the tournament for reasons, and that's something.
That's Derby.
It goes what I call general weirdness. It's the stuff that you just don't plan that just kind of happens, but it shows you also the enthusiasm of the people that want to do things. And the amount of officials that wanted to do this tournament, it was actually overwhelming for Namur. They said that it hit them right in the feels.
Yeah.
And that's not something they say lightly. It made a really big deal. And it's nice to see that so many people want to get involved. But that is definitely a Derby story.
And that is the amazing thing about Derby.
At the last minute.
Yeah.
There we go. Namur out in front, Dublin in the back point-wise, but
and
Dublin out in front with the
Malice
lead.
and Chains, 858. Oh, and we have a penalty being assessed to a white blocker, and that is a star pass for Namur.
Oh, someone dropped some body part.
We've lost some safety gear.
Yeah. It's an insole, I believe.
How does the insole come out of the skate?
I do not understand that at all.
That's fascinating.
My brain exploded.
Yeah, indeed.
But still, they got out of the way. Illy's trying to sort that out too as well on your screen. But no, that was Namur. Namur's fine.
That was Dublin. Dublin had the little equipment malfunction.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we call it, equipment malfunction.
Indeed. And, well, we're now 33 to 35.
2 points is nothing. So, no. You know, and I keep saying that, but what's going to be important is going to be how we go into the halftime, because that's usually the conversation of, hey, this is happening, we need to change it.
Yep, exactly. Taking that breather, regrouping, replanning. Yeah, but take a look at that. I mean, we have Snowy jamming for Dublin, and Loco Marco. I haven't seen Loco Marco jam yet today.
I have, did I? No, I've got a Loca, and we got a Loca and a Loco.
Know what?
So
we have
we do Loco Marco. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, this is a new one
Loca
for me.
I have, that's fine. Hey, you know, fresh, new.
Yeah, exactly. But that's quite nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point in our first Dublin game today when I hadn't seen Snowy Jam yet. Because I
seen
don't
Snowy
think
Jam a long time ago, for a long time. I recognize a lot of the names, and it's kind of scary in a way. So, you know, if someone knew roller derby, if they have a name from some sort of popular culture that's extremely recent.
Yeah,
that was beautiful,
that.
and
That
look at
took a while.
everybody wanted to see that. It was
But that's
hard work. And
almost
Namur's
a
going to
minute.
tell us. They're going to tell us if they see something they like. So
well, indeed,
Local
and they do
Marco.
like it.
Yeah, number 22 doing a great job at the moment, doing the rounds
Fantastic.
as that jam is called off.
Yeah, but I mean, what is amazing about that is that jam was a little over a minute long, and it took almost an entire minute for a lead to be called.
That usually means to me that the teams are evenly matched, but that's already very easy. But if you have teams that are just getting out within right off the bat, that's tough times for the other team. That's clear. But this one is that everyone has to work extremely hard to get somewhere. So we're going to have a fantastic another 45 minutes or so of game time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a look at.
It's a very well-matched weekend, you know? I mean, many of these teams are at such a similar level.
Well, that's the whole point of these tournaments. You don't want blowouts. You don't want people hurting themselves for nothing. You want, and Namur, the league does that really well. They pick the right people to play with. That was a beautiful jump. Yeah, that's the second one today, and the audience will tell you when there is one because they love that stuff.
Absolutely, they love the show.
They love that. They love the but it's also skills, and it's fantastic to watch.
Absolutely,
very terrifying to do, but very nice to watch.
Look at that.
Men's derby has a lot of them, but women's are a little bit less. But there you go.
Ninon is just racking up the points now. We've had 2 scoring passes already.
Yeah, we're running away with it, but we need like a good 20-point difference to kind of say, hey, you know, I'm up in front now, and we still have about 13 minutes and change to go, so it could be very different going into the second half.
Oh, there we go, and that is the Namur pivot being sent to the box. So Namur a little bit short-handed. Because they've also lost a blocker as well.
Yeah, well, you know, there's cookies and there's a bake sale going on there.
Well, you know,
they've been really good with the box lately. If we have any more information about penalties or that kind of situation, we'll pass it on. We do have some overlays and some information we can do on the screen because, you know, this whole streaming thing, we're trying to pretend we're like old-fashioned television. We're doing our best. We've got an insane crew there that's just like functioning on coffee and God knows what to be able to bring you just so much fantastic camera work too as well. People teaching and also learning on the job today. So I'm very happy to everyone out there. I know some of you are sending us comments. We don't really have any chance, but if we do hear about stuff, we'll try and pick it up. So you're not screaming into the void. We do care. So we'll have a look at halftime for you.
Exactly. And then, well, if you have burning questions or comments that you really need to shout about.
Or you're just burning.
Well, then you should call the fire service.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. So we have a direction penalty, which in this game tends to mean stop block so far.
Fair enough.
And that is
number 27. Yeah, Gillis.
Yeah.
Been doing some good jamming, not too often, but when they do, they make it count, and that's kind of important. Look at that. I mean, there's not many. We've got a very thin pack of gazelles in the Serengeti there on the track. There's not much going on. That does mean a lot of penalties. That does mean that could come into play later today.
Absolutely. Yeah, because, well, one thing I've noticed is last time we looked at the penalty box, we had 2 Namur jammers in there. And, well, I look again, and 2 different ones. Yep. So we've had quite a revolving door of, did I say jammers? I meant blockers.
I thought so, but I let it slide because we're live.
Indeed. I know one of the rules is don't correct yourself, but you know, I cannot let the crowd think that there are 2 jammers.
There used to be situations where you would get that between jams when they'd switch.
Yeah.
But we're gonna lose everyone if we get to that. But there's the good old day.
The pre-2018
back
rules.
In my time. Yes. Thank you.
When I was young. Yeah.
Yeah, you funny.
Yeah.
When I was young. Namur, I was saying it, like, if you're like a good 20 points out in front, you got maybe a bit more comfort. And I think it was Namur is creating that comfort now. And the question is, how'd they manage that? Because everyone was just going the same way. But Namur's pushing a bit harder. Easy announcer math, though. Actual 20-point difference.
Yeah, beautiful.
With a bit less than 11 minutes to go. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm getting a breeze just from the people skating around here.
Yeah, but they're doing this really nice sort of attritional gameplay, right? I mean, Namur has made a lot of these points. Admittedly, many of them came in one big jam, but most of the other points have been in these jams where it's a case of getting short 2 or 3 points
Honestly,
but not
I've
letting
seen
Dublin
that,
in.
and I've seen that the whole weekend. I have not seen long jams.
Absolutely.
I saw one long jam in the previous game where Namur Bailey Parpon was playing Amiens. But one jam ran long, but it was only because the other team desperately needed some extra points. But
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We've got it's
Luca
red
Marco.
all over there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing a great job too.
Yeah,
that's fun.
That is great, and that was a scoring pass for Namur. So they are trying to put a little bit more air between themselves and Dublin. And there's 858, Malice in Chains, out of the pack. Which means, of course, somewhat inevitably, Namur calls it.
Yeah, but that's the famous track awareness. Like, I'm not going to take any chances and make sure that goes well, too.
Yeah, because that's the, the way to lose a game is to let your opponent get points.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. How about we put a positive spin on that one?
What, you win by getting points?
You win by getting points.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think it's two sides of the same coin. You need to get the points.
Actually, you're right.
But you also need to prevent the others from getting points.
Yeah, that's why we love Derby, because the offense and defense at the same time. And I don't really know that many other games that do that. In fact, I can't. Off the top of my head, not so much.
Yeah.
Coming answer says Nino, unmissable, but the power jam. Yeah, I was looking at that. Yep. Yeah, that's bad news. Quagga calling it there for the officials.
Indeed.
Our friend from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And Dublin's got free reign.
Oh, and take a look at that. Dublin not only has free reign, but they have lead, and that is Snowy, who is making tracks.
Coming in for
look
coming
at that.
in. They didn't come in. They just
that was gorgeous.
They didn't even stay for tea. They just kept going.
Absolutely.
Don't you like that? You don't even have to lose your speed. But at the same time,
so
it is disconcerting. You're just trying to figure out where people are going. And I know how it is to try and stop such a ball.
And I mean, did you see that beautiful deke?
Yeah.
So we had a little wall.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. 9-1 and 5-3-7 doing their best. And Snowy just taking a little dance around them.
No, not a power, star pass.
Star pass. Yeah.
Powerful star pass. I was just mesmerized. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so that is now l'enroule, and, for obvious reasons, a call-off from Snowy.
Yeah, and didn't have a chance to do too much with that.
No, so that's 8 points at least. No, 10 points.
That's a lot. Yeah, we have to give them... No, we got to give time to call them out. Let me just add this. Pour les gens qui nous regardent et qui aimeraient mieux qu'on parle en français, on peut le faire quand même un peu. On a Namur qui prend le dessus en ce moment avec 60 points pour un match qui était vraiment en égalité. Mais Dublin est derrière avec 43 points, mais ça se passe bien pour Namur à l'instant.
Yep. Fantastic. And indeed, we have slightly underpowered Namur now, trying to defend against Bambi Daredevil, who is getting successfully recycled.
Yeah, that was very nice, actually. It just takes like one little bump to the right place. We don't do these things where we just terrorize people across the track and take them out. It's just enough to keeps going again.
This is fantastic.
And that's good news for Namur, because then we can just keep going, and that's Gilla's doing the rounds now this time.
Well, and props to Dublin 3, Roshan McGrath, who executed that nice little bump, that attempt to prevent Gillis from getting back out of that pack.
It's very satisfying when you manage to do that, because you're frustrating someone to a certain extent where they're not getting anywhere, and that's like really tough.
Yep.
And it all depends on how they keep the pack together too. Like I think there's been a lot of pack situations called, and at the same time while I saw that, I hear power jam in the background.
Dublin's going to be happy because Gillis has been sent to the box. So Dublin is now facing a power jam. This also means we have what I believe is our first 2-minute jam of the game.
That's why you're just
looking over to the producer.
Let's have a good look. I believe so.
Yeah. I don't think we've had another 2-minute jam.
That's entirely possible. How about we just pretend? Let's pretend. Pretending is good. And there's someone out there screaming at us, telling us how it should be.
There already was
one. But we're
one.
Not too worried. Yes. But let's have a good look. Look, a star pass in the meantime.
Brilliant.
So many things going on there. And that's RG Bargy, number 53, picking the star.
Yeah, and, Gillis coming back onto the track. And, oh, that was amazing. Look at that. Just a little toe
Hop,
stop.
skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
The little toes, just
Love
the little
that.
toes go tick, 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 and then they get there.
Yeah, and you know, this
That's
is
why you
why
gotta
they
block.
teach you to walk on your toes.
And you got to block on everything, block everything,
Absolutely.
block everything.
Yeah.
Even if you have to put your person over the line too.
Yep.
And but when
Absolutely.
you're playing, you just have so many things going on in your head at the same time.
It's a chaotic game.
See, we're singing Chauboulettes, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
the famous song and restaurant here in Namur,
Well, there
which
we
I
go.
finally, after so many years, demystified why they kept saying that. So,
Excellent. That's good information.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a home team crowd, for sure. Everyone's very excited.
And they finally know roller derby. There was a time where people were like, what's going on? I don't get it. Now they get it. It's fantastic. So for everyone else is just watching what's on screen here, we've got Bat Smash and Powell going at it. And we're standing still, which means the blockers are doing.
Exactly. Oh, and then 575 sent off.
Yeah, so that's one blocker down.
Exactly. Now, what I like about this is we haven't seen a lot of this in this game yet, but this is the scenario where we have two separate tripods, one tripod at the front, one tripod at the back, each one preventing the opposing team's jammer from getting through.
It looks pretty when it's like that.
it's
But look
nice.
at this. Another blocker in the box. Yeah, this is not
My
good.
goodness. Yeah, well,
That's
that is
not
not. Look at this. We have two
You know what that
blockers
means
and
now?
a jammer.
And that's exactly what I was
Yep.
setting you up for there. Bat
Exactly.
Smash is doing the Bat Smash.
Yeah, having a nice power jam.
Yep.
And look at this.
Coming in, telling everyone what they want done.
Yeah, exactly. And look at that.
Squish the white ones.
575 though came straight in out of that box. Blocker, one of the very few Dublin
Chancelleta's
blockers on
getting
track.
some. They're okay. See, that's very polite word. Like, yeah, okay. But yeah, it's going to cost someone something because they got pushed backwards.
No,
but it
but
was
this is
very
great.
cordial on the track. Did you see that? That was really nice.
Absolutely.
It happens.
But also some really nice power there, right?
Look at that.
575 comes straight in from that box, smashes into the red wall, right? Trying to make room for the white jammer.
I mean, you want to smash stuff up, but you need to do it properly or else that's a big problem. Bat Smash just adding the points too as well. 8-point jams so far.
Yeah.
I usually count it, but it's being counted for me, which it's like counting. Powell back on track with the helmets.
Yeah, with the star cover on.
That's good.
And trying to take
Helmet,
an
star
outside
cover,
route, now inside, which I imagine they're saying to each other over there. There we go. So, Bat Smash deciding that's enough.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah, exactly.
Ella Fitzgerald?
Tomato,
No?
tomato.
Okay. Tomato,
Absolutely.
tomato. Oh, man, we're going to have fun this summer together.
Yes,
we're going to have a lot of
absolutely.
some. 12-point jam. That's really
Yeah,
good. I believe
that is
that's one of the
impressive.
longest jams that we've had. I'm not sure.
We have not had so many. Have we had
not had
anything
so
more
many.
than a 12-point jam?
Let's have a good look.
Oh, we've had a 15.
We've had a 15-point jam from Namur, I believe, too, as well. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep, and then we've had another 12. Oh, sorry, in jam 12.
Okay,
we had a
that's
15-point jam.
We had a 15-point jam. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much to Hard Limit for keeping us on the straight and narrow as far as information is concerned.
And
That's
this
beautiful.
is 858 now.
Malice and Chains.
Yeah, fantastic name. With the lead and a star pass for Namur. Oh.
Going the wrong way?
Or not.
Or not?
I think not a successful star pass.
No.
So
an unsuccessful star pass.
Yeah, indeed. Which means... yes.
Oh, the cover's getting thrown on the ground. Oh, this doesn't happen too often.
No, this is going to be an interesting scenario.
No,
So
no, don't
the
pick it up.
alt
Don't pick it up.
referee, tries to go pick it up.
No.
No, don't do it.
Don't touch. Don't. It's toxic. No, it's
Exactly.
radioactive.
Yeah.
No, actually,
Yeah.
the rules have changed. There's been times, but
Indeed.
the whole point is it has to stay there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Exactly.
being picked up.
There
now.
we go. So that is 1-2 Ninon.
That's when people are screaming at their screens, going, "What are you doing?" It's okay. We're all here to learn. Nino, absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep telling me more.
Ninon has that star cover now because Ninon was the original jammer in this jam.
So the star pass was not a good
From-
one. It needed to be fixed.
Exactly, yeah. And so what needs to happen when you have an unsuccessful star pass is the jammer needs to at least retouch that cover. And so in the current case, because Ninon was, I believe, in the box at that point in time, the pivot chucked the star cover into the ref lane for Ninon to pick up on the way out of the box.
Yeah, but then you have to leave it there. So
Yep.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Never boring, this roller derby. I do know that hopefully some people watching this for the first time, so
Yeah.
sometimes we go very fast, but we try and tell you a little bit what's going on.
And we've now had a successful star pass, by the way, so that is now Tinker.
Tinker, okay.
Formerly
so
the Pivot, now the
formerly
Jammer.
known as the Pivot.
Yes, exactly. The artist formerly known as the Pivot.
There you go. Oh, you went
Yes.
too far on that one.
Oh.
934 Tinker, though, a staple of
Yeah.
Namur game, a name I've been mentioning for a long time.
Yeah.
They used to jam a lot more. They're not doing that now, but that's good. That means that other people are getting into it. But yeah, man, this is just very
Yeah.
pleasant to watch.
Well, and take a look at that. That some confusion over the score.
No, it's actually fixing the score.
Yeah,
It's perfectly fine. But Namur, look,
exactly.
Namur started running away with it at one point, and now they're solidly in front for the moment. So they had a good 20-ish point lead, and now they're like up in front, 82 to 54. That makes a big difference. Yeah.
That's a hefty difference.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
As we go slowly towards the second half. We're not there yet. What's going on tracks? Snowy against Gillis.
Yeah, indeed. And well, you said I can only have 3 anything can happens. And I feel like now is the moment for it.
€5 if you want to do another one.
Oh, well, this is only my second one, so I have one more for free.
You go.
And then I'll buy you some raffle tickets.
You go for it.
But indeed, anything can happen at this stage because Dublin, not so far behind, less than 30 points behind at what's getting on for the end of this period, which means that if indeed Namur does not have the same stamina as Dublin, we could see a big change in the second half.
That's the part you were mentioning at the beginning, and that's an interesting prediction, let's call it that, but an interesting observation. So we're going to talk about that definitely going into the second half. Let's have a look now as we run down the clock. Gillis stuck in some serious Dublin traffic there out in the front.
Very sturdy tripod there.
Yeah. Oh, they had to let go.
Oh, yeah.
And that's 4 more points there for Namur. That's interesting.
Oh, and yeah, we're getting a penalty there for an illegal position.
Yeah, it happens.
Something went wrong there.
Something went wrong. Is roller derby.
Yes, exactly. It's often the case.
I was waiting for the call-off. We got it.
Yeah.
So tell me about this. I see 2 more points for Namur.
Yeah.
Very happy home crowd here at the same time. Intermission coming up. Anything else you'd like to definitely add to that?
Well, let's see. So we're now at, that was a 7-point jam for Namur to Dublin's 0. And one thing I would like to add is we really need to thank 2 of our major sponsors specifically, although 4 sponsors I want to mention in total, but biggest sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wallonie, Wallonie
it.
Infrastructure et la Région Wallonne, so basically the whole region of Wallonia, as a grant awarded to organize the event. The city of Namur as well, the Tabora Hall where we are is one of the partners. And you want to tell me about the 2 other ones?
Yeah,
we have 4 of them.
These were actually the 2 big ones
They're
that I
the 2
wanted
big
to mention.
Ones, yeah. Qualias, that's providing the bandages and the medical equipment hire. And last but not least, and who also came in a few days ago, last moment in a good way, is Xavier Gillet SAR, professional in plumbing, ventilation, and heating here in the city of Namur. That people know now that Namur is a roller derby place.
Exactly.
It's not just a lovely town with a big castle and some
the capital
bullets.
of Wallonia. Yeah. So
it's the capital of Wallonia.
It is. There's a big sign on the wall right next to us.
Yeah, you learn everything when you come here. No, you're absolutely right about that.
But beautiful Namur, beautiful Wallonia, and this wonderful sport hall.
Yeah.
And, well,
what more do you want? More roller derby.
Which we'll have in 13 and a half minutes.
We'll leave you 13 minutes, and we'll see you in a bit. Dr. Disaster and Nasty Moves bringing you the latest in roller derby.
That started so strongly.
Let's try that again. Yeah. We have another half hour in front of us, at least, for Dublin Namur, and I am actually going to just repeat what you said. I thought was very good. That Dublin showed that they had the stamina, was the right word you used, against Helsinki earlier today, where Helsinki won 156 to Dublin's 115. But right now, and we kind of can't tell you too much about it, but Namur is like, hey, we got to keep this going, and Dublin's going, oh, hang on a second, I've got a word to say about that. And they were evenly matched at the beginning, but now they want to get back in there, and it's still possible, but it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a 35-point difference at this stage, which is, it's not nothing, but it's
that's
not
a lot,
insurmountable.
Actually. No, that's tough too. And if we're having like short jams where people are just what we call the hit it and quit it, that's going to make it a lot more difficult to, there's our whole crew. We've got Doppler Refect, so we've got our friend Hard Limit. who's adding all kinds of stuff, holding a clipboard.
Yeah.
Okay, that was very nice.
Well, and you know, I've been
Holding my clipboard.
Your clipboard, very important. We'll make sure it gets back to you.
Okay.
But in that game between Helsinki and Dublin earlier, we saw quite a lot of 0-point jams for Dublin in the first half, especially.
Yeah.
With those 4 points, 2 points, 3 points.
Yeah,
whatever.
just little bits and drips and drabs.
Exactly,
But
but
yeah,
it works.
Yeah, and when Namur started running away with it with bigger jams, it made a difference. I mean, already here we see the last jam where Namur had even 7 points. So we're going to start with 2 in the box, 1 apiece, a 6-pack, whatever you want to call it.
It's nice and equal, at least.
Nice and equal. We don't like nice and equal in roller derby.
I thought we did.
Yeah,
well,
okay,
I mean,
sure,
we're
fair
neutral,
enough.
so.
Are we? Okay, we're neutral.
If not neutral, then we're at least impartial.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes, of course. We have Nino jamming for Namur against Bambi Daredevil, which is, by the way, a wonderful name. I haven't said this yet. Good pun names on Dublin. And this is 2 of those nice, strong tripod walls, although a little bit of a difference here is we see Namur 934 was initially out front of the Dublin tripod.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So we're going to change things up. Let's have a really good look at what is going to change here, because you can't just keep doing the same old and expect the same result, right?
No,
Nino is getting the business.
Look at that.
From Dublin. Dublin's like, hey, we got to stop. This is a tough jammer. We've got to at least stretch it out as long as possible. That was absolutely fantastic work.
Very
That's
nice.
Bambi Daredevil getting through, too.
That was great.
That was very fast, too.
Again, these players really responsive to the calls from the refs, right?
True,
So
absolutely.
Not Safe for Work, who's that front inside pack referee, called out of play front on the blocker from Namur, who was holding back Bambi Daredevil. And immediately they yielded.
Yeah, that's did it very quickly, too. Yeah, the faster you get it over with, the better it is, too. I'm happy you've noticed that. That wasn't the case the whole weekend so far. And sometimes the hall has a lot of room to it, but it's, I mean, we have people here, but it's relatively quiet. It can be to the point where we can't even hear ourselves speaking right now, but we can. So Powell and Gillis are up at it for respectively Dublin and Namur.
Yeah, and we have a penalty already for White 7-4. That's a Dublin blocker. And hey,
disco.
Dublin
I get
is
to say
out.
disco.
You get to say
That's
disco.
not good. Yeah.
Dublin's
out already.
Yeah.
Oh,
Powell has taken the lead, and then we have a star pass for
Bat
Namur.
smash.
Yeah, meaning Bat Smash, our new jammer. So Dublin, we can presume, will engineer a fairly quick call-off after grabbing a couple points.
Or maybe not. Mix it up a bit. Let's see what happens.
Oh, we'll see.
Powell's kind of, we're in the front. Oh, it's the Citadel of Namur. Wall-wise. I get to say that a few times too. But
Local
look at
color.
that. We're not going anywhere.
No,
That's perfect.
and that is a heck of a wall there.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks painful.
That's amazing.
I say just beautiful. But look, we're making sure we don't want to get those penalties, and we want to not stretch it out, because then you just have to let the jammer go, and that's sad.
Exactly.
This is lasting a long time. It's beautiful practice.
And you can see some great bridging happening as well. Namur 3-9 and 3-9-4, both bridging to keep their foremost
That's
players.
C and K.
C and K, brilliant.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, love it.
Or K and C, whichever you like first. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's C and K, then it's the last 2 letters of pack.
There you go.
But yeah, there we go. That worked. So Powell did manage to eventually escape that Namur wall.
Still there, though. It's all happening in front of our eyes here.
Yeah, no, but this is they're back.
They're back. Yeah,
They're
I know. They're back. Really? that happened really fast.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where'd the time go?
Well, they're an amazingly fast skater when they get out.
The Bat Smash is getting jammed up by Chansleta.
Yeah, and we see some nice visible yielding there.
Visible yielding.
Yeah.
Sounds very technical.
Bat Smash going.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not doing anything wrong.
I'm doing nothing. Showing it very clearly to the outside pack referee.
That's good practice, because some of these people are going to be at the World Cup. Yep. So yeah, look at that. That's actually like a favorite. Both teams putting points on the board.
Look at that. 12 points for Dublin.
I know.
4 for Namur. So that's a
they got the
big
memo.
gem.
They got the memo. They're like, oh, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here, people. Wait a minute.
Their halftime chat was effective, apparently.
I love them. Yeah, it's better than just getting, I don't know, getting yelled at or just going to the bathroom or whatnot.
Exactly.
But you need to find a way to get into it, to change the dynamic, and that's difficult. Always has been, always will be.
Exactly. But with really strong teams like this, you know, it's clearly possible. And we now see Malice and Chains jamming for Dublin And Loco Marco for Namur taking that lead fairly quickly.
Yeah, and we don't even need to look. The crowd will tell us.
Exactly.
And very happy campers, too. We're next to the Namur bench, we can tell
Yeah.
you that. We're back for a scoring pass.
Oh, now take a look at
A little
that.
bit of takeout. Oh, recycling in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Dublin
that's
is
tough.
not letting Loco Marco have it,
That
have it all.
That pack stretching out.
Yeah.
You don't
indeed.
want that either. You'd love to be able to do that for roller derby, but you can't.
If
that
only.
makes the game more exciting, to be honest.
Exactly. But take a look at that. So that's a successful star pass, which means that we now see Urgy Burgy and a call off from Namur.
It's never really fair. It's so much work to get
Yeah.
a good star pass. Unless you have a plan to do it right off the bat,
Yeah.
that's different. And then the moment you finally put that thing on your, and then they just come off. It really is.
Exactly.
It really is a frustrating part of roller derby.
But it's
you
worth
can
it for the
practice it on.
gamble.
Yeah, it is absolutely. That's true.
And
Yeah.
in that jam, that was Namur 3 points, Dublin 0. Currently sitting at the very satisfying score that won't last of 66 Dublin to 99 Namur.
I know that's a pretty number.
It's
so
good.
I know you like that.
I
Now
like
we're
it.
heading towards the 100 mark. That's the most
at
important
that,
part.
yeah.
And we've got Nino that's going to do that if all goes well. But let's have a look.
Exactly.
And okay, that's 83. Already gone through 4. Yeah, snowy.
yeah, oh,
That's
that
snowy,
was a
that's
star pass there.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That was
Snowy,
fast.
not our original jammer. 9-3-4 for Namur, heading to the box.
Yeah, that's Tinker having a sit down.
Yeah, that is a heck of a
That
jam.
went really quickly.
Yeah, and 4 points for Namur.
Yeah, and that means that they're over the 100 mark,
Yeah.
which is like the psychological mark, right?
We
of
get triple
everything.
digits,
Triple digits.
which on a digital scoreboard is less of an issue, but, you know, it's exciting nonetheless.
Well, you'll never get 4 digits, and if you do, then
wish.
then I quit. Yeah.
Then,
no,
well,
no,
yeah.
then that's more like basketball or something. I don't know. No, I'm being silly. I'm being absolutely silly.
It's inflation.
Oh,
Hey.
tariffs.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Oh, too much.
We've too much, too
Yeah.
far. Back
Yeah.
to the game.
Bambi Daredevil jamming for Dublin. Gillis for Namur. And less organized than we've seen in the recent jams. We don't have those two separate tripods, although
Yeah.
Dublin is beginning to form one now.
Yeah, and then with one blocker down, I mean, that'll change in a bit, but still. But look at this. It looks like scrimmage practice, but then in a good way, right? They're just like,
Absolutely.
okay, just clench your body as
Ooh.
fast as you can. Look at that
Oh, that
takeout. That's
recycle.
beautiful. They've been getting, number 11's been getting a lot of that, though,
Yep.
lately. I don't know, just as of lately. Look, we're not going anywhere. We're just staring at
No,
everyone just all
exactly.
together, but that just means that the walls are doing great. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I love blockers, so it's
Yeah.
nice to watch
We should all-
blockers.
I mean, blockers make the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. And
Yep.
like you said, we don't have 2 separate tripods. We just
No.
have everyone really just kind of,
Bit of a mishmash.
it's like the red and white show in there,
Yep.
getting
Oh.
confusing.
And then that leads to a back block for the white jammer.
What's going on?
So it's now a power jam for Namur.
Power jam for him.
Yep.
What's going
But
on?
we're
Just like
more
the
than a
song.
minute in, and no lead yet.
Oh, no, we
lead.
just got, yeah,
there we
yay,
go.
we got, but you
Followed
get,
by a
but you
recycle.
need to, yeah, exactly. So that's unsatisfying in its own way.
Look at that, though.
At cutting
Oh,
the track
oh, no.
penalties, so we're actually going to do for a jammer swap.
This is not the first jammer swap this
and
game.
you'll notice they're like, "Hey, get up!"
Yeah.
and they weren't expecting that.
Exactly.
That's really, no,
Get
it's
ready.
not the first jammer swap.
It is
no.
not. No, we had a lot of jammer swaps today.
Yeah.
There we go. So that penalty box very efficiently discharging number 1-1 from Dublin, for Dublin.
Yeah, Bambi.
Yeah. Yeah, who is now into that pack, successfully doing a nice little pirouette to get around that Namur tripod.
I love me some pirouettes. Coming
Yeah.
in for a scoring pass outside. Oh, and just bumping.
Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
that's bad news.
No, we don't like to see
That's
that.
a bad block. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you never quite know how to, but yeah. Yeah, that was a bit frustrating. So
Yep.
that's going to be a power jam start then for Namur. And we're standing,
With the
so that
jammer
means,
swap.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, enough with the swaps already.
Well, I'm sorry. They're the ones making
I'm
it
kidding.
happen.
Did you just say sorry to me?
Well, I mean, you're Canadian. I'm Canadian.
Yeah, and we also find out. By the way, I promised
Yep,
I have a look at
exactly.
the comments. Thanks for pointing out that Locock number
Yeah.
169 for Dublin is also Canadian. So
Yeah.
just so you know, we did read your comments. We don't have them. I have to go a bit further to read them, but we are reading them. So
Yep.
we care and. Teams are made up of people from different countries quite often.
Absolutely.
We see that. Yeah.
We see it all over the place.
Yeah.
This is one of the joys of derby. It's a very, it's an inclusive sport.
I think it's diverse in a organic way, which is the way I'm going to put it, because a lot of different people play in different countries, and that's what Europe's about too. Quite a lot of fun as well.
Take a look at that. So that is Gillis
with Bambi.
Yeah, exactly. And 575 from Dublin, heading off for a penalty.
10 seconds or less left on Dublin Jammers penalty, and Namur is going to try and do something about it, and they do. Look at that, we're through.
At that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so Namur gets lead just before Bambi Daredevil returns to the track, and we have a star pass.
To boot, because because we didn't have enough.
Well, it's a low cock.
Oh, you're
kidding.
You
were just talking.
Oh,
no,
man.
I am not joking.
Oh, wow.
There we go. That's
How about
nice
we just start talking about millions of euros and see if that appears magically? That would be wonderful.
We do seem to have
think
the
that was a
power
good
today.
call. Oh, yeah, that's a great one. That was a complicated jam.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you pointed out too earlier, like, there's a lot of penalties going on too. I realize usually we don't have an overlay for you, but if someone fouls out or something happens, someone drops out, we'll keep that posted. But I've seen a lot of penalties today. But nothing really unexpected. Just people trying to strategize and just not quite working out.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a good kind in a way of penalty, not wacky stuff. So
no. I mean the only wacky one I've seen is an illegal procedure, but that was assessed for an unsafe leaving of the track.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I saw that today, too, as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that someone skating backwards and coming out. But it happens. It's a weird thing that happens.
Now, take a look at that. Powell for Dublin is now in the box, meaning that Loco Marco has a power jam. Now, we're more than 30 seconds into this jam, and no one has achieved lead yet. So
that's pretty frustrating. That's, strong walls again.
Yeah, and more recycling. And already... Powell is standing, which means very soon Loco Marco is going to have some competition to get out of that pack.
But Dublin knows this, and they're just like, we're just biding our time. We're just going to kill the time there on that penalty, and that's beautiful work too as well.
Oh, and look at that.
Look at the twist and turn around.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you can chase
beautiful.
all you want, but then you push them forward. That's not a good idea, but this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Look how calm and collected they are too.
Absolutely.
They just take their time. Yeah, it's wonderful to watch.
It's lovely. I mean, such elegant skating there as well from Powell. Now, that was a star pass.
As we say in French, le passage de l'étoile, which sounds very romantic in French. That's like Tinker, that's picking them up really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Pinker's been doing... Tinker.
Sorry, of course.
No, I said Pinker. Tinker has been doing some really great pivot work today.
Could be something they're practicing for future use.
Yeah,
also very important. Yeah. With all these teams playing against each other. But you don't have a chance. In Namur, you don't have a chance to play Dublin and vice versa, obviously. So that's like a nice thing to be able to do.
And look at that. That was a 2-minute jam.
That was a long one. Yeah, 4 points there in that last scoring pass. For Dublin, they had an 8-point jam. And Namur, 3 for 110. Je vais raconter en français, même si vous savez les chiffres. Namur prend le devant, ou reste devant, pour l'instant avec 110 points, avec 3 points dans le dernier passage marquant. Par contre, Dublin à 74 au 74. Et avec quelques points, mais Dublin essaie de se reprendre sur Namur. And we're going to see how that develops, how Namur is trying to stay there in front, but Dublin is breathing down their neck.
Absolutely. It's only a 36-point difference.
It's still a lot, but they can do it. They could do it if they want to.
Dublin takes lead.
Malice and Chains it is. Your jammer.
Yeah. Oh, and a star pass.
Another one.
Yeah. So
that's raining star pass.
This is L'Enroule, who is now the jammer for Namur. Well, there's also penalty calls left, right, and center.
Well, because you were talking about it, then you get more penalties.
Exactly.
Oh, and an apex jump. Did it land?
Oh, my goodness.
Did it land? It's like, will it blend, but did it land instead?
Hey.
It did, but it was really nice. It was nice watching Kay, number 39, catch their... Because you can do that, actually. That's kind of strange. It doesn't happen very often. That's because it was the end of the jam.
No,
Unfortunately,
that.
it didn't pay off, unfortunately.
But 2 points.
2 points for Dublin, though. Yeah.
And none for Namur.
I've only seen 3 apex jumps this weekend. I don't know about you
Only
guys.
3.
Oh, really? Okay, so I've been...
No, I mean...
I must have gone for lunch at that point.
No, it's a little joke. I mean, 3 apex
really?
jumps is enough for 3 games, right?
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, it's some very jumpy jammers. Now take a look at that. That is number 27, Gillis, for Namur, out of that pack already. So a very efficient lead. And number 8-3, Snowy, is getting recycled there to the back of that pack.
Star Stash-ish situation happening for Dublin, just trying to get in there, because that's it's a tough times there for the team in whites.
Yeah, and now Namur has already picked up 4 points in this jam.
Bad smash to the box. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go on. Yes,
no
please.
worries.
My turn to say sorry.
No, they're successfully keeping that Dublin jammer.
Look, 3 tripods and a jammer sounds like a bad television show, but it's beautiful. This is how it's done, in fact.
It's so tidy.
They're keeping it together, and we're not moving very fast, and that means that it's just solid.
Exactly.
Everyone practices this like crazy people, too, and it's beautiful to watch.
Something's got to give. We have a star pass.
What, another one? But
another one,
of course, on the
Lowcock.
There you go, Lowcock, yeah.
A Lowcock is now the jammer for Dublin, meaning... But see, that was beautiful. So Namur is calling it. Lowcock knows Namur is calling it.
And tries to go for the inside, a possible jump, but
tries to get a point, even. Tries to
That's what you're supposed to do. You keep going until that last whistle. You just do it,
This is it. And they know well enough that they can still make points up until the end of the first set of whistles.
Set of whistles,
Yeah.
Yeah, the other whistles are decoration.
Exactly.
That's just pure because we have to get used to it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't work.
You got to try stuff. I mean, you just do. We have a...
Someone's getting a penalty.
Penalty?
Oh, no. Okay. Someone's getting a misconduct.
Misconduct penalty.
That's a misconduct.
From the...
Yeah, from the penalty box. So it's entirely possible that someone came in too hard and did something dangerous. That's often the case.
But again, not on purpose, but it happens. So we're tidying it up right now. I see what you mean. I saw the misconduct being given with the gesture.
There were 2 different hand signals. There was a legal procedure.
With a...
and then a misconduct, which is interesting because those are 2 different penalties.
I was going to say. Yeah.
And so we'll see if 2 penalties get assessed, if we wind up with a 1-minute penalty. But, as I put my official hat on now and say the reason that even if it's not intentional, coming into the box too hard is a penalty.
Oh, absolutely.
Is because regardless of the intention, it's dangerous.
And it's dangerous for the people that are there, and it's against the rules, and that's that simple. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I've seen chairs being destroyed, but that was like old school when the chairs. In this case,
that's not legal anymore.
No.
Yeah.
But fair enough, like for anyone else watching who doesn't know, may not know, you have to settle all this kind of accounting before you start the next jam because you can't roll it back. There's no video check. Even if there is actual video, there's no video check for that kind of thing. We don't do that in roll derby.
You only have 2 jams to resolve things, or else you can't make an amendment. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So you can't amend the score, and you can't amend penalties after 2 jams.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no one has gone into that box. So despite those hand signals,
it's all good.
I'm not seeing a penalty having been assessed.
It's all good. We keep going. Bambi Daredevil and Loco Marco going at it. And now we're just seeing, and it's again that 11. I don't know what happens with Bambi, but Namur's got Bambi's number. I don't know why. But they get recycled a lot. It's just one of those things. Again, to the inside this time. We had the outside, the inside.
Exactly.
But just keep going. I just keep on knocking. It's
and
quite tough.
Some of those Dublin players have an easier time sort of finding the gap in Namur's defense.
Good practice. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I know how they feel. I'm like, there's someone I don't like. Yeah, I have no idea how to get through this.
Oh, but look at this. They've made a lovely little line.
Yeah. They're just trying. Yeah, they're moving around.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, pirouette on the outside. Yeah.
Goodness. Oh,
no.
We're all going
Are you
out.
okay? Yeah, we're fine. We're good, but it's not happening.
Oh, and look at that. Tries on the inside, gets recycled.
That's some fantastic work there. You've got M&M 6666 from Namur. That's all up in their face. There we go. Holding the tripod together in the front, you can see on your screen. Yeah, there you go.
Brilliant.
394 as well. Yeah. That's C.
And then 3-1 coming in as well. Oh, look
Choo,
at
choo,
that.
choo, push
That
it
was
through.
great. Look at
How
that.
long have we been? This is a long
It's a
jam.
long.
This, we're running that clock down. We
You
can
know
tell
what?
we have 24 seconds left.
We may get, this is my favorite
jam-
one.
yeah,
We saw
I know
one
what you're gonna
earlier. Yeah,
Jam-
2-minute jam.
Jam with no jammers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And you don't see it all the time.
Oh. It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
We're allowed to tell everyone here because
10 seconds.
It could happen. It could happen.
Yeah, we shall see.
We're holding it together.
Oh,
Will it be Christmas for Dr. Disaster?
Oh, yes.
And it is.
It is. Today's my day.
Oh, man,
we
that's
have
beautiful.
had 2 of these today.
Okay,
Yes.
tell me about the first
well,
one. Do you
the first
remember
one
that?
was in Helsinki v Dublin.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had one of those, and well, I was announcing in house for that one.
A no lead jam. That's
a
fantastic.
no lead jam, a
That's tough
2-minute
work.
low. Yeah.
Wow.
It's so much, again, endurance, right? These no lead jams are just so much work.
It's like
for
scramble
everyone.
practice. It's like, okay, we're just going to block everything, and it doesn't matter what it is, you just stop it. And
Exactly.
that digging in there, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, but guess what?
Whoa, what? Tell me.
We've got Namur's coaches inside.
Ah, yes.
They were going to say something, but now they're stuck inside. They
Yeah.
can't go back. This is Ili with the red dress,
Yeah.
the A-team coach, and also one of the people that helped with the stream this weekend.
Brilliant.
Because, like I said, they have got 20 hats on to make sure it happens.
That's
but
roller
now
derby.
they're watching it from the inside,
Yeah.
where Ninon takes the lead.
Beautiful. Yeah. So Ninon out in the lead, and then followed very closely by 101 for Dublin, Powell, who is trying to make up that distance. Ninon calls it while trying to do that pirouette, falling into the middle, which is not the end of the world in this instance. And
No.
it does happen.
Yeah, the middle, I mean, you're going there to make sure everything's okay. There's a thumbs
Yeah.
up, but maybe to ask for an official review, but that didn't happen.
No.
So, yeah.
No, and it's been a bit of a day of official reviews. Now that is 3 points for Namur and 1 point for Dublin. So Namur is managing to pretty successfully defend their lead. We only have 11 minutes left on the clock.
That's pretty good work, actually. Yeah. So that big jump happened in the first half.
Yep.
And they've been hanging on ever since.
Oh, and we have a power jam for Namur, so that's going to help as well.
Well, number 2 is Gillis. That's
Yeah.
just gonna storm through there.
Yeah.
And also, so now Dublin's just like, we got to get together, and they're being spread apart. The blockers are just forcing them to not be able to reform. We've got a cutting the track penalty on a blocker. That's never fun.
No,
and in the
indeed.
meantime, look at that. Namur just picking up more points.
Well, and that Dublin pivot having to yield because they realize that they're getting out of the engagement
You
zone.
and your yields again.
Yeah. I'm again, I'm an official at heart.
I know
right?
you are.
So I'm all about
You're
the
good.
rules.
You're all about the rules, yeah. That's excellent. Coming in for another scoring pass, Gillis on the outside. The pack is speeding up a bit and quite thinned out, because there's people in the box.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a busy box over there. We have the blocker and the jammer from Dublin both in the box at the moment. Despite the lack of a helmet cover, that is the jammer, which means that Namur will be starting the next jam on a power start.
Yeah, with 10 seconds or less left on the clock, so that's not much, but it is an advantage. It means that you can just blast through. If you can just blast through there, then you're golden for this jam.
Exactly.
Namur knows this. Namur's like, I think they have
They've been
the
using
wind
that.
in the sails, as we say in French too, as well.
Absolutely. Oh, we say it in English too.
Le vent en poupe. Yeah.
And while we weren't looking, the Dublin pivot also got sent to the box. So it's a very sparse start for Dublin with only 2 blockers on track. That's number 5-3 and number 8-8.
The diet pack.
Diet pack.
Diet pack.
Hey.
I know, yeah, silly stuff.
So
but it shows how it looks fun, but it's inconvenient because when you're alone or just 2 people or even one person, been there, done that, trying to block, you're just like, you can't really do anything magical.
Exactly.
See, right now, like the red, you can just see they're just going to envelop the white blockers
Very
and go
much
and
so.
just block. Yeah.
And it's going to work really well. And
It's called the rock.
The rock. All right.
Yeah, it's
Why?
like being a rock because the goal is for them to not move as much, but then they'll get slammed into.
Interesting.
Well,
So
you can play it that way because it's like chess. You quite seriously, there's counters to all of this, but you need to practice them.
Very fair. See,
However, the numbers game is not good for
I
Dublin.
think they're more of a pearl and an oyster, right?
Okay.
They're going to be the
insist.
irritant inside the Namur oyster trying to
make
push
the
their way
pearls.
out.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Okay.
Don't you like new metaphors?
That's all fine. Have a look at this, though.
Beautiful.
That's what we got. M&M again there. And,
Yeah.
in the inside. That's perfect.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So Loco Marco takes the lead. But look at that cute little hop, skip, and jump.
Jump means that Madison Change is also out.
Yep.
Now the pack is going to speed up, but look, Loco Marco had time to give it around. But look, it's having a look.
Yep. There you go.
And that's fantastic. The jammer is like, they're halfway
Yeah.
across the track. That's really hard to see, but
It's great.
they called it off at the right place. And
Yep.
you could tell, like, the coach was like, that was well done. You can just feel that was a good one.
That's it. The awareness on these teams, I think, is what makes the real difference.
And Namur is, of course, having so far a great weekend with 2 teams that have already won.
They are brilliant. Yeah, Namur had
They're knocking it out of the park.
190
So
this
far.
team.
Yes, 190 to 87's Zurich.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some tough times for Zurich today.
Yeah. But we'll
and then Namur B against the Parpon against Amiens. Yeah. 197 to 104. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting tomorrow.
Take a look at that.
Ninon doing
Ninon
it too.
already out. Yeah.
Right off
Followed
the bat,
by
everyone
8-3.
liked it. Yeah.
So that is Snowy, who has put the helmet cover back on. Oh, okay.
Oh
Well,
no!
2-minute jam.
Ninon in the box. Power jam for Dublin.
Yeah.
Dublin, go for it.
Yeah.
This is what you need. Concentrate. Yeah,
Look at
everybody's all over you.
And we're seeing some fast skating at this point.
Yeah, they want to just kill time. I completely understand.
And again, slightly depleted Dublin lineup.
Yeah, and Dublin in the back,
Yep.
waiting to see if they can't help their friends through, no matter
There
who
we
they
go.
are. Yeah.
And here they go.
Yeah.
Heading up to the front.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, Dublin's
look at
still
that.
staying in the back the whole time. No, they're doing something because
What
they
is
know
this?
because Ninon's coming
Yeah,
in.
there we go.
They're just
So
like, you know what,
waiting
you
for
sort
Ninon.
yourselves out. I'm good. We're going to take care of the jammer.
Yeah, with the jammer and the pivot up at the front.
Yeah,
in that
that's
very
tough,
sturdy
though.
pack.
Only one. Yeah, the
Yeah.
pivot's like trying to
Yeah.
just help over everywhere.
And also bridging.
That's wonderful. They got through
That
too. That's
worked.
good news for Dublin.
Yeah.
But that was tough. That
Little
was tough to
chaotic.
watch too.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, Ninon getting recycled as well. So that's promising news for Dublin.
Maybe that was a good call. They decided to take the back and go, you know what? We're going to try and just make it difficult for you too as well. That's actually some good, well, but they're...
It's split-second decision-making.
They're moving around. Oh, yeah. Get
My
off me.
goodness. Yeah.
It happens.
5-3-7, skating backwards to
my.
recycle Dublin 8-3 a little bit farther.
Ninon as well?
Yeah.
What's going on? That's interesting.
Well, 3-9 has just had a penalty, which was either a direction or a position penalty. I didn't catch the whole gesture.
But you very correctly assessed, of course, that was happening. That was some great walls. And look, even Ninon, there's a high five being given to the team like, hey, thanks for walling me up.
Exactly.
But, yeah. And then you're going like, oh, why don't you keep doing it? But it just happened really well. They made that decision, right? They put the wall in the back. They decided, you know, we're going to do it that way instead of going to help their jammer. And that actually panned out for them. So that was nice.
This is it. And you never know
Didn't
which
expect
choice
that
is
at
going to
all.
be the right one.
No,
right?
you don't know. No.
Yep.
Do I do more offense or do I do more defense? If you know your jammer can get out themselves, you figure you can.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's a strategic choice. We now have Bambi Daredevil jamming for Dublin against Gillis for Namur. And we're at just over a 50-point difference here. Bambi Daredevil out first, taking that lead.
That's good news. Star stash and a star pass in progress.
Nope. Yeah, just a
no,
stash.
Oh, you're
Only
fooling
a stash.
me. Just a stash.
Yeah,
Not the whole beard. That was too easy. Hey.
Terrible.
Gillis.
Yeah.
And the jams ended, so not too much to tell you about that.
Yeah, 4 points to Dublin.
Yeah, and Namur really crushing it at the moment, right out in front.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and, you know, at this stage in the game, what Dublin can really do is try to prevent Namur from getting a bigger lead.
Yeah, right now you just try and score points like a crazy person. That's what you want. But to finish it off. But yeah, they're doing what they can. They've been doing what they can since the beginning. We're going to have
a timeout.
A timeout requested by Namur. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is a great moment to
tell you about something.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell me about? I can tell you about stuff too.
Yeah, go on.
I want to just say that the Namur League, the Namur Roller Derby League, got a new logo in 2022. If you notice it somewhere around. It's a spiral, and it represents a roller derby track repeated 15 times to echo the number of skaters on the team. It's also the symbol of the city of Namur, also called a caracol, which is a type of snail. And the idea is to encourage visitors to take it slow and enjoy the city. And the city of Namur also claims to be one of the largest pedestrian-friendly city centers in Europe. And I can tell you it's absolutely pleasant to walk around downtown.
It's a great place.
It's like a combination of, it's derby, but we're still going to tell you how wonderful Namur is. So
well,
there you go.
I will say I took a lovely walk along the Maas River this morning, which is much prettier here than it is in Rotterdam, where I came from. Yeah, the Maas is here.
Yeah, La Sambre is down the street,
Yeah,
but
no,
the Maas is further up. Yeah,
yeah,
La Maas,
exactly.
yeah.
And I took a walk along the Maas. It
Oh,
was
that's
lovely.
pretty cool.
So, Namur,
There you go.
Highly recommended.
Namur, absolutely.
If you're on the stream watching, come to skate around 7.
Oh yeah, that's. I can't believe that it keeps going. Yeah, you wanted to tell me more about Dublin.
Dublin, yeah, absolutely. So Dublin was the first ever roller derby league in Ireland.
Yeah.
And we have a few of those this weekend. We have Helsinki, we have Zurich,
as well. Yeah.
And we have Dublin, all firsts in their countries. But the jam is on. We have Loco Marco jamming against Powell. We have more of those nicely defined tripods there. So that's
Them tripods, but that's just
tripod.
Beautiful stoppage. I love it.
Exactly. It does the job. And again, some really lovely reconfiguration there from Namur.
As well, I just saw that as well. But now look,
394.
Dublin's like, we're having none of this time.
Yep.
They're
No,
doing the
look at
train.
that.
They're doing the power train where they move.
Oh, but look at that. Come on.
It's
So-
beautiful. I'm enjoying it. Can I, someone's going to get
Yep, we
yeah.
have a multiplayer.
a multiplayer penalty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're hanging on too hard.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It's a game. They're trying to do something. That was
Absolutely.
Chaton. Also very helpful this weekend to our crew. And fun to watch.
Yeah.
Look at this. Okay, so we've got Pack in the front. We're
Yep.
trying to keep it together. This must look really strange if the game works. Yeah, and look,
Yeah.
the twisting and turning
but
there.
Take a look at this, though.
Look
If they keep
Loco
going,
Marco's like puff, puff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
look
They're
at
gonna
that
push
bridging.
it. Yeah,
Look at the bridging.
that's beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So that is number 8 for Dublin.
Digging in there in
Yeah.
there with the toes.
Oh,
Oh, we
beautiful.
get it. Dublin
took a
gets
while.
out.
Powell. So,
Motoring through. I love it.
number 101 on the white team, getting through, getting that lead.
Powell breaking through again, but
Yep.
that tripod just gets back together. They're very sticky.
Yeah.
But once you're in the
great
middle,
tripods.
once you're in the middle like that, it's tough. So they got
Yeah.
some help. You need to at least move one out of the way,
Exactly.
and it can cost you a penalty, obviously, if you don't
Yep.
do it right. But in this case, that was done well.
Yeah, I mean,
Depends on the angle you come in. In the corners, that's always going to be more difficult to judge where the angles are.
Powell seems to be playing relatively cleanly. I don't
Absolutely.
have numbers,
True.
but I have not seen a lot of trips to the box by Powell.
Yeah,
So-
getting jammers to go in the box. I mean, they get more penalties generally.
Yeah.
On the other hand, forearms is the penalty that's called the most on blockers.
Exactly, or a back block.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are they back in vogue now?
Oh yeah, back blocks are very popular. People
Okay,
are really
popular.
wanting to hit each other's spines. Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's sad.
No, it's,
I know. Yeah, I've had that, but yeah, I get it.
it's
Yeah.
altogether too easy to do a back block.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And what is in style is indeed making contact with that back zone, with an area that it's legal to make contact from.
The arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
not
part
the
of
arms.
the-
No,
part of the-
legal,
oh,
right?
sorry,
So
yeah,
like
sorry.
the shoulder, for example.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Sorry, the other part of the arm. Forgive me. Yeah, you're right.
The legal part of the arm. So this is Ninon and Malice in Chains jamming in this 17th jam. These are fairly
Still
long
got a few more jams to go.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted. We only have about 2 minutes and change running down that period clock for the fourth game of the first day.
Yeah.
today.
Of
We've
this
got more derby
sixth
coming up.
skate around.
6 skater on, absolutely.
Oh, look at this.
Malice and Chains trying
Yeah.
to get out. Oh,
Getting
on one
out.
knee, but gets out too. Oh, they had to let it go.
Succeeding. Yeah.
Oh, that's tough stuff.
I mean, that was getting very long in the front.
I still want to see some points, though.
Points would be great.
Points would be great.
Yeah.
But that's tough. That's just tough. And we're at the end of the
Absolutely.
game, you know. I mean,
Oh, that's a star pass for
oh,
Namur.
that was a sneaky
That
one. I
is
love it. Tinker.
934.
It's
Yeah.
Tinker.
Cute. And we have a
Passage de
direction.
l'étoile. We have a one person in the box.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. And, you know, what's really notable about this game, I think, is we haven't had a lot, as you said earlier, of those very fast leads.
I know, right? Where'd they go? It's all work, and proof too. We had that no lead jam, which means that everyone was just there, but yeah.
Yeah, and fairly frequently, it's been 30 seconds even before we get a jammer.
I'm excited to see what Dublin's going to do tomorrow already. Mala's taking a knee, but still getting through. You need to be up and skating. That's important too.
Absolutely, but doing great work there. That's the second time we've seen a nice skid.
Yeah, and getting up very quickly. That's excellent derby.
Oh.
Someone's done something.
Indeed, they.
Oh no! It's a power jam for Dublin.
Well, there we go.
Oh my!
So let's see how they make use of that.
We're running down the jam for 10 seconds.
And that's a very sturdy tripod there. And 9-5 for Dublin, trying to break apart the tripod and help out Malice in Chains.
You can sense that frustration. Look how tough that was.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 points though for Dublin on that last one. They're going to check with the OPR.
Yeah.
Like,
see
hey,
if there were four.
Yeah. Are you good with that? Are you good with that? Conversation. Exactly. Oh, and a team timeout being called there by Dublin.
There we
so
go.
we're getting exciting stuff.
This is really smart.
Yeah.
Because we had 7 seconds left on the clock when the bench coach for Dublin, the alt,
which means
came up, an extra jam.
And that's why we don't tell you that it could be the last jam. We just wait. We just wait. We never know.
Yeah, we take our time.
Yeah, and wow.
So this is going to be a nice one.
I would say the real thing that will happen is just Dublin wants to score as many points as possible. All these counts for ratings this weekend, with the exception of our wonderful game tomorrow with the Namur C team against Baroness von Schloss from Lille, which I haven't seen in ages, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, we have some information coming in.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so we'll get you that information in a moment. But indeed, as Nasty said a moment ago, Dublin wants to rack up those points because it all counts for the rankings.
They're using this as a timeout, so thank you very much to our alternate ref. That's why. Yeah, I wanted to make sure. So yeah, it's
official review as timeout.
Official review as timeout. Dublin over that 100 mark. Oh, that feels good. That feels nice. So much better.
And look
I would also like to just do another recap. Tomorrow we have more roller derby for you. At 10 o'clock we have Helsinki playing Zurich. There are going to be a lot of hits there. They're going to wake you up really nicely. And the second game at 12:15 we have Dublin against Zurich. So Zurich playing 2 games in a row. That's been there, done that. Don't do too often. But it's solid. We're going to love that. After that, game 3 tomorrow at 2:30, we have Namur playing against Helsinki. Then we have an award ceremony at 4:10. And then after that, at 4:45, we have a wonderful kind of exhibition-style game, unaffiliated game of Namur and the Baroness.
That is
Let's finish this off.
Snowy takes the lead for Dublin. So doing what we assume Dublin was hoping, getting some extra points. Getting a little bit higher up.
I told you.
Yeah, and there's Tinker, 9-3-4 for Namur. So Snowy got those first 4 points. Let's see what happens next.
And everyone getting really exciting here, so I'll get excited as well. We've got a happy Tinker gone through.
Yeah, 4 and 4.
Smiling and everything, and a call
there we
off.
go. So, from the looks of it,
nice.
We have, it's going to be 8 points for Dublin on that jam.
You got it.
Yeah, and
you
4 points for Namur.
But Dublin got over that 100. Like, they pushed until the last. They knew that, you know, it'd be tough to get up there, but they just kept pushing till the end, and I think that made this game, I dare say, the most exciting game of the day.
Absolutely.
I'm calling that one.
We have had a lot of exciting games, but this has been fantastic.
Well, skate around is really, you never know what you're going to get. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
You know what? The score is now final. So that is our score. It is Dublin 108 to Namur 143.